Welcome back to Dummies and Dragons, a tale of violence and stupidity in equal measure. If you liked today's episode, please do leave a like and a comment, as well as subscribe for further adventures. Alright, so Caius is now dead, but there are still two of his men down and they are approaching the harbour, the cave entrance where there are some civilians hiding for cover, and they are not going to survive if you don't help them.
We should probably go do that.
Alright, so it's Dunstan.
I will, if I just stand still, do I get 2 shots of the bow?
Not with the bow, no.
No, so I have to. So I can, if I can move, close the distance a bit, and then shoot.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be my best move, wouldn't it?
All right.
Give me a second. I don't have any abilities or anything.
Not about the bow, no. Unless you want to play them a song.
I mean, wouldn't that be a good way of doing it? Just distract them by playing music. Just all of a sudden, these guys turn around, and there's just a crazy bard with a lute.
If you want, do a performance check.
Is that Ed Sheeran up there?
I'm so tempted to do that.
I hated Divide. I'm gonna kill it.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Go on.
I was so tempted then to just pick up my guitar and just start playing Wonderwall. Oh man.
Do it. Do you want to do it? Not the guitar. Do you want to do the performance?
I hear the guitar.
That was me doing it.
You got to roll D20.
I just wander in playing Wonderwall.
Alright, roll your D20, please.
Oh dear. 12.
12.
A half decent performance, I hope.
Plus the 2 from your thing. So yes, in the silence of the night and the massacre around you, these henchmen can suddenly hear you play Wonderwall. They stop as they approach these unarmed civilians. They turn around. Who the fuck is that? They say. And they both advance on your position. They're about 40 feet away, so they're only now moving towards you is only about 20 feet. So yeah, you've all got attacks on them if you want to leap at them.
Fuck it, why not?
Okay, so it's my turn, right? Yeah. So I close an attack with the longsword.
All right. Take a swipe. 20. As this poor henchman tries to understand why some mad elf is playing Wonderwall on the corpse of his employer, he is suddenly struck in twain by a paladin with a sword who cuts him apart. His friend, who the spell of the performance has finally been broken, now he can see his friend dying in front of him, leaps for Ander. And let's see. He kind of just headbutts into your shield. Shit. This calculator thing I'm using for the rolls is really fucking bad. He has just headbutted your shield and now he's unconscious. That is how bad this roll went.
How did we manage this?
Man, that was 2 for 1 for me.
Yep, so that's 50 XP for you. And actually, for Dunce, I'm going to say you get 25 for keeping them distracted.
Oh, God.
And for that wonderful performance, each of you is going to be awarded an inspiration point.
Oh, man. Look at all these dead bodies.
All right. Yes.
What would that have looked like from where we were standing? It's just like slash clang. It's gonna be the clang. Got him.
He attempted a rugby tackle of Ander, but Ander just put his shield in the way and went straight into it.
Oh, you've got bonus points.
That's the beauty of shields,
You've
boys.
got bonus points are going. Here's my literal Wonderwall because you're a paladin.
Oh boy. So I guess initiative's over.
Yes. Combat is over. The civilians
Let's go
are no
talk.
longer cowering. One of them approaches you, say, "Dear sir, you were no workman for the forward camp. You're a hero, sir. Why,
Why,
it's only a shame about our
Thank
friend here." He points towards the guards that you made friends with. "He was a good man. It's going to be hell."
he did seem to be a good man.
He was, sir. It's going to be hell to
Can I break the tension by just suddenly bursting into Wonderwall again?
Look, we don't mean to be ungrateful, but can you tell that fucking elf to stop playing the lute? It's not the right time.
Read the room, Dunstan.
I yelled down to the group. It does requests.
And during all this, as the moment settles, a halfling emerges from the cave. He is armed with two daggers, and he walks up to each of the civilians, holds their hand. He finally walks towards Ander. "So, you are the men sent to kill me. You did a fine job of that, didn't you, my boys?
We got a little sidetracked.
I am Benvolio. I've been expecting you for some time. Alright, go on, men. Clean up the mess. Was that by any chance Caius on the hilltop?
It was Caius. Yes.
Search the body. There's probably something on it. Oh dear. I knew it would come to this. Well, we were lucky you came when you did. These are dark days for all of us. Alright, any of you gonna loot the body of Caius?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Alright. On it, you find a note. "My dearest Caius."
Can I just stop you
give
there?
Yep.
Bogus can't read.
Alright. Hand it to someone who can.
I'll pass it to Dunstan going, I've got no idea what this is.
Alright. "My dearest Caius, give any assistance you can to the men I hired. For my brief meeting with them this evening, they are equal parts violent and stupid. But I don't trust the paladin. Ander Darkwood. Father never cared much for the Darkwood family, and I can see why. Once business is taken care of with that irksome halfling, eliminate the three of them and return to the manor. Make sure your skin never touches the statue. We don't need an outbreak just yet." "This is worrying," says Benvolio. "I knew I had the statue. I am a slippery man to find, but even I cannot escape the eyes of Mercutio. His reach is far. Now, by turning against Caius, I'm assuming that each of you has sworn yourself to my cause. If I may explain a bit more, you'll find that this is the right cause, especially for you, Paladin. You'll be very interested in this." He beckons for you to follow him into the cave. Just so you know, all the stuff you found, the gear on Caius, you found 4 gold pieces, and across the other two, the other bodies, you found a collection of about 2 gold pieces. So that's 6, so 2 between each of you, I'm assuming.
Sure.
Good.
Yep. I would say Caius's bow is pretty damn good. So if anyone is interested in bows, maybe that.
Wasn't I the best archer mathematically?
Yes.
Yeah.
As an elf, you
Yeah.
kind of have a.
Should I take
I
it?
think you have a bonus to that by default.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's quite.
So I gain a bow then. What's this? Is it a longbow or?
It will be a long bow, yes.
Can
Difficult to.
he's Caius was an elf, right?
Yes.
Can I cut his ear off?
Yes.
I was about to guess that you were about to say that.
Why would you want his ear?
Everybody
What?
needs a hobby.
Alright, so you just collected an elf ear.
Yep. I put that in my items.
Benvolio watches you as you carve off an elf ear. Like,
Is there anything on Caius that would maybe have like a family insignia or anything like that we could maybe use to indicate? Because he was like a legendary elf, right? Or he was kind of legendary. They knew who he was.
It's well known
be,
on the island.
Would he have
Wesley.
anything, a symbol or anything we could take from him that would prove that he was...
On his hand, there is a tattoo. And it is a tattoo of the cult he and Mercutio belong to. On it, you see 3 tentacles intertwining. Each one of them has a skull at the end of its tip.
Okay. Do we
like
take? Should we take the hand? Or
I'll take the hand.
Can.
Well, Bulgus, you already cut his ear off,
Okay.
so...
I take the hand.
The hand as well. Screw it.
Alright, that's kind of disgusting.
I would like to hold one of the elf ears up.
As soon as we get the chance. Yeah, as soon as we get the chance, we'll find a way to stop it from rotting.
I'd like to hold one of the elf ears up, turn to Dunstan and go, "Oh, look at me, I'm an elf, I like trees."
Alright. So Benvolio leads you into this big chamber. And in the middle of it, there is a large chest. Alright, he opens the chest, and in it you see a small statuette of a man screaming. It says, "Don't get too close. This is what you were sent to find. It is most ancient. It belongs to a race of beings who have not lived for thousands of years. What Mercutio is planning to do is use this and some dark rituals to help bring about their return. For they promise great power to those who are willing to sacrifice for it." Now, I do have some things here that I think could act as a nice reward for each of you. Let me see. First, he finds a big shield. It's quite a large rectangular shield, as the Romans would use, and he hands it to Ander. "This we found off a couple of mercenaries. It's a fine thing. It could be some use to you. We even blessed it when a priest walked through these local areas. It's yours if you want it. And I will say this is it's a decent shield. It's in the event of you getting shot at and stuff, like it will cover your entire body if you're quick enough."
Yeah, I'm a big boy. I'll take the big shield.
All right. Next, I can't help but notice that's quite an axe you have there, Mr. Dwarf.
It's a family heirloom.
Now, if I may,
Oh.
he reaches inside his pocket and produces a pommel. It's an exquisite thing. It is a cast iron bull's head for a pommel. It says, "You might want to pop this on the very end of it. It might help in a few pinches, if you know what I mean." And I think you do. Now this is because I'm assuming your weapon is one you're never really going to change. It's going to be an upgrade for it.
Oh, sweet.
So what it'll do, it'll basically just allow you to do a bit more damage, maybe. And for this elf, I've heard tales of you. You have the plague, don't you, my boy?
I do indeed.
When that cleric was visiting, who blessed the shield, he also blessed this. He draws out a silken hood. Now this hood allows the user to eat and drink and live their lives as if they had no affliction. Now, of course, with your condition, I know you're quite contagious to most mortal beings, but with this, you should be able to live most normal life, as long as you don't go touching anyone. What say you?
So what does this? So is this a hood that goes over the back of my head, covers the back of my head? Does it have a mask on it as well, or do I keep the same mask?
I would say you just keep the same mask, but yeah, this one goes over your head.
Okay, so what does it actually do then? What does it change?
It just means you're not contagious to anyone who you don't touch.
Okay, so that means if I touch water or something, then the water that I've just touched isn't contagious
Yes.
to other people.
Yeah, it's only if
Okay.
you touch mortal beings, like, on purpose.
Okay. So long
So
as
it's
I
just a
keep
way of
my
controlling your affliction.
And for you, 10 man, a heart.
Now, we don't have much time. Mercutio would have sent more men than Caius, I know that for sure. And we won't have much time. We must get this chest onto my ship. There we shall meet Pratchett, who shall take us out far to sea, and will perform a ritual on it. Now you, gentlemen, don't have to come on this voyage with us. It will take you far from Wesley, and I don't know if we'll ever return.
Is Pratchett here with us? With you?
Pratchett is down by the docks, making final preparations for the ritual. You can go down and meet him if you'd like.
Okay, we'll carry on talking. So let him finish what he was saying.
Yeah, just finish the dialogue tree.
Yeah.
You can come with us if you want, but I'm not saying we'll ever come back to Westley.
Can we bring our horses?
Horses?
Yeah, we've got 3 of them. We're quite attached to them.
There's no time. Where did you leave them?
At that little stable run by the halflings, you know, those ones.
The cask, yes. I'll send a man. I know the stable boy there. I'll see if I can have them brought after, but it might be quite dangerous to go back there for the horses.
Well, can you have them check that they aren't too, traumatised? Because if they are, I've seen the way he was looking at my horse, and if I'm honest, I'd rather it put out his misery than live any days longer thinking of that little greased up halfling and what it was doing to him.
That would be my cousin. But don't worry, he is creepy as fuck. So what will you do, gentlemen?
I think go
Do you
with him.
follow me? Do you want to go with me?
Yeah, I say we head down, meet Pratchett, the wizard, and yeah, let's go on a little ocean voyage.
Look forward to the cruise.
I look over at Bolgus for a moment just to make sure he doesn't do anything absolutely insane, and then I say, "Yes, let's go on the boat."
I feel like we're gonna have to act as bodyguards essentially while they're performing the ritual, and then after that we know definitely Mercutio is gonna be hunting for us. So the next person we're taking down is Mercutio.
Mercutio will be difficult to take down. He has a lot of friends across the world. Where we go next, it will be far from his influence, but far from the influence of many others. It is a dangerous place for those unprepared. Are you ready for it?
Aye.
I'm game.
Yes.
I'm level.
Yes.
I'm level 2. I am game.
Excellent. Very well, gentlemen. If 2 of you wouldn't mind carrying that chest, and be very careful with it. Never touch the statue.
Can you tell us more about the statue? What is actually?
You might want to wait for Pratchett for that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got the sense that you were saying that it carries the living plague, but I'm not sure if I read into
You'll
that
see.
wrong.
You probably won't need 2 of us. I mean, I've got a...
Me and Bolgus grab the box.
Right, you take it down to the ship where Pratchett waits for you.
Sure. I was going to say, I could take it myself. I've got a strength of 15 plus 2, so I could probably carry that sucker by myself.
Don't be cocky with the box. You seem exceptionally
Yeah.
strong, my dear dwarf, but this should not be taken lightly.
Okay. I sighed dejectedly.
Alright, so you go down to the harbour side, and there you see an old bent-over wizard resting on his staff. As he hears voices, he looks up and sees you carrying the terrible payload. He greets Benvolio and shakes his by the hand, and looks at the 3 newcomers. Who are these men? They don't look like your usual men, Benvolio. Well, do they have nothing to say for themselves?
Alright, on to us. Silent protagonists.
So I was waiting for Benvolio to reply.
Benvolio's just gone onto the ship. He's left us all alone.
Well, sir, I am Bolgus the Brave, and these are my 2 sidekicks.
A pleasure to meet you, Bolgus. Now, is that chest got what I think it does?
You mean the small collection of dirty elf magazines? Then yes, it is. I'm quite confused as to why you want these on your boat, sir, but we'll do whatever you want.
You seem a funny sort. I don't much care for you. He turns to Ander. Are you the sensible one of the group?
Yes. Yes, it has the statue of the Screaming Man.
Oh, my heart sinks to think that I will be in such close proximity for it for the next few days. Oh well, get it aboard. I'll explain as we set sail.
The chest is closed, right?
Can I introduce myself? Because otherwise I'm just randomly standing there awkwardly while they're having the actual conversation. I'm just going to be like, hi, I'm Dunstan.
It's you're an elf, I see. Okay.
Can I just check the chest is closed, right?
It is closed, and it's been locked by Benvolio as well.
Okay, I'll sit on it then.
Oh, good. Dwarf, I know you come from a hardy stock, but don't be so close to the chest.
It's fine.
You would.
It's safe under these iron arse cheeks.
Oh yes, okay, an elf. Okay, bring it aboard.
I start dragging the chest with Bolgus on
Onwards,
top
mighty steed.
towards the gangplank.
Right. In the cave, the very cave mouth, about 300 meters back, you hear some screaming and shouting. Mercutio and his men have arrived. You've only got a few minutes to leave. No, there are too many of them. You'll never survive the attack.
Mercutio himself is here.
Mercutio himself, and he's brought his dark agents.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think we should.
Let's get on the ship. Let's go.
Let's just go.
Yeah, let's get out of here. They're probably like level 15.
Yeah, but they're fucking strong, mate. Don't worry. Okay, quickly onto the ship. Benvolio begins to make preparations for the ship to leave harbour. Pratchett begins chanting to himself. He's about to prepare a spell to throw at them just to try and keep them back for a few moments. But he has got on the ship, so as long as it gets out, it's fine.
I draw my bow and load an arrow into it, ready to fire if any of them start approaching the ship.
Anna, that shield. Cover me for a bit. I don't like the look of those archers.
I hold my shield and put him into full cover.
Excellent. All right. Bard, you can try and fire at them, I suppose. And Dwarf, make sure that chest is stowed.
No problem. Put the chest wherever he wants me to put it, and then sit on it.
All right. The ship begins to leave harbour as Benvolio's men deep below begin heaving at the oars, going as fast as they can. There's no wind yet, so they have to move by oar. Faster! God damn it, Benvolio, why aren't your men faster? Dwarf, can you go give them a hand? You look quite strong.
Can I intimidate them into rolling faster?
You can also join in.
No, I'll go for intimidation.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Right.
They'll roll quicker if they're scared, is my logic.
Alright, yeah, give them an intimidation check to the entire hold, but though they already know that an eldritch horror is possibly chasing them. They're fucking terrified.
You would not believe this, but 20.
Alright, you scream at them. You make them fear for their lives more than Mercutio ever could make them do. They go even faster, and you all begin to pull out of the harbour.
Roll, you bastards!
Could I fire some arrows at the archers that are...
You can, yep. Do a few rolls if you like.
20? D20?
Did you? Yeah, D20.
2. It doesn't even go far enough to get to them. It just pings off into the water.
It just lands in the water, does it? Okay.
I did say a couple of shots. So
Yeah.
multiple. So
Still
I
getting
will roll
the
again.
hand of Caius's bow, are we?
Yeah.
A lot of draw
fuck's
strength in
sake.
that.
Second shot of 4. So let's just say that I'm not 100% with this new bow, and we'll leave it at that. I swiftly realise that this isn't going to work out for me, and jump back onto the. I grab an oar and start rowing as well.
Alright, I think the spell's ready. Ander, take cover.
I pull my shield back and hide under it.
You see Pratchett wave his arms as the waves around you begin to rise, and the sea begins to overtake the harbour, pushing inland towards Mercutio. You see in the distance Mercutio smiling, and he hammers his staff down onto the ground, and fire erupts from it. Fire and water fighting in this cave. Many of Mercutio's men have been burnt to death. He doesn't care for them. All he wants is what's in the chest. But by the time the fire and the sea abate, you've got out of reach. You're free. He'll never get you. So concludes today's tale of mystery adventure, violence, and sweet loot playing. Make sure to like and subscribe for further installments of Dummies and Dragons.